well, here we go. This is a pretty much coming up to a 3-year review. I did another review at about 9 months of this watch. It still hasn't been serviced, and I literally just, clean it, brush and detergent style. I'm sure there'll be plenty of people having absolute kittens about that, but that's a whole nother story. My previous videos picked up a few comments which sort of relate to the fact that people think that the watch is been abused, or it's a disgusting mess, and different comments. But I've got to say that out of all the watches that I've had, this is the single most impressive. And I'm not talking proper watches. I'm talking things like tags and G-Shocks and things like that, and swatches, which I'd just destroy them in a matter of weeks, months, 6 or 7 months. The best one was the tag, which lasted for about 6 or 7 years, and then it just died. It just stopped. It just wouldn't work. I tried to resurrect it, but it was all over. And that was when I really sort of looked at the type of material that they use with this, which is from the memory, I know it's a high grade stainless. I think it's like a 916 or something like that, but I might be wrong, might stand corrected on that. But I know it's a special grade of steel. The crystal is absolutely superb. Does have a few little chips in it on the edge, round about between the sort of 10 and 11 o'clock marks, but you've got to run your nail along the side to sort of stop it in it. A few more dings, a few more dents, but the thing is, I don't baby this watch. This is with me. It goes where I go, and I love this watch. I really do. It stood up well. I love the way it fits my wrist. I have to do a lot of work in tight areas. If I've got something that I know is going to damage it, then I'll slip it off, put it in my pocket. But the lugs are smaller than a Submariner. Probably the bit which has probably been hurt the most, I would think, is, aside from the bracelet, is probably the bezel. That platinum bezel is quite soft, but after the first 9 months, it almost seems to have found its feet. Yeah, it's got some marks on it, but people, you got to keep this into perspective. This watch has done something like 20,000 hours of use, of wear on my wrist. 20,000 hours on the wrist. Most other fully mechanical things that have got 20,000 hours on the clock are properly on their last legs, and this isn't really even getting going. And I broke the bracelet on it about a month or so ago, and I took it back. I'm just going to take it off, and I took it back to the Rolex authorised dealer, and he had a look at it. He had a look, and he said, you know what? He shook my hand and he said, it's absolutely fantastic to see one of these pieces of kit that is that's used. And I'm not being funny. I don't baby it. So if I'm going to do some welding, 3-phase welder on the farm, if I've got gloves on, then okay, it'll be inside there. But if I'm not, I've had to scratch weld spatter off the body. It really is just a superb bit of kit, and you don't get that with your cheaper watches. I appreciate that people get, this is a luxury piece and all the rest of it, but unfortunately I haven't really got too much of a luxury life. But I appreciate the quality that these sorts of pieces of equipment, which is really what it is, afford. And it's just unfortunate for this watch that I have a lot of physical work to do. But that doesn't mean that I should have to be restricted to some other watch. You've got to wear what you want to wear, and you funny, take the rough with the smooth. But I will do another video of this when it goes in and comes back from a service, because I'm so impressed with the way that it has taken the, some people say abuse, but the everyday rigours that, to be fair, any watch would have to deal with. And genuinely, I'll be interested to have your comments and see if you think that. See if you think. Let's going to reposition this. I don't do a lot of camera stuff, but the one thing I did on the other video was a little bit of a bracelet, sort of. See things like this on the camera that I don't see in. It's just something on the surface. Bit of movement in the bracelet, but most other things, like I say, 20,000 hours, they've had the best. You know, I had a look at the hour meter on my truck the other day, and that's done something like 5,000 miles, and it's at something ridiculous like 250 hours. I haven't cleaned this today. This is just, I finished up a day's work, and if I have a shower and I put some shower gel and scrub it with a little, like an old toothbrush that I've got, then it'll shine up and sparkle up a bit better than where it is now. But yeah, genuinely interested to hear your comments and your thoughts, and I will be as interested as some of you that watch this as to see how it comes back from Rolex when we get it serviced. Thanks ever so much, and have a good day. Cheers, guys.